Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. Um, yeah. So today, we're gonna do something kind of fun. I had this idea, and I thought it'd be quirky, silly, funny time. To basically just go through, am I an asshole, and decide if people are an asshole or not. So right now I just went top today, and we're just gonna start banging these out. I don't know. I think it could be an enjoyable experience. So, um, me. All right. Am I an asshole for pressing charges on a former friend for shaving my head in my sleep? I'm excited because, like, legally, that's assault. Like 100%. That's just legally, that's assault. So, for context, a relative of what used to be a close friend of mine, who will call Gary for this story, contracted cancer. I'm mid-20s male, was sympathetic and even contributed $100 to the donation pool for their treatment. But Gary came to me one day and took his hat off to reveal a freshly shaven head. He told me that everyone in his family were doing it in support of his relative. So were a lot of our mutual friends. Then he asked that I get on the bandwagon. That's a little bit of a red flag already. I guess not, like, it makes sense, but asking, it seems kind of weird when it's just a relative. Like, I don't know. Understandable, think it's a little weird. I told him I didn't want to shave my head because I like my hair. My hair is black, really combed, and well styled. Good thing to know. He said I could just get a wig or something, and had actually brought his shaver kit. He was unboxing it when I told him this was not happening. That's a little sus. Sounds a little forceful as well. I don't even really know his relative. Yeah, exactly the point I thought. It's not like it's not like if it was his friend I could understand that, but um and he's doing this, yeah. So I'm not doing it. End of discussion. He called me an asshole and left angrily. We didn't speak for a week. Then last Sunday I got invited to a party at another close friend's house. There I found out Gary had tried the same thing on several other friends, and only a couple of them actually shaved their heads. Gary wasn't at the party, so I had a okay. I kind of blew past this. This whole thing is a red flag. 100%. 100%. This is like psychotic behavior. Gary wasn't at the end, or Gary wasn't at the party, so I had a blast hanging out, playing video games and listening to rock music. But I had, but I had way too much to drink and couldn't drive home. So they said I could just sleep upstairs. I passed out on a bed, and it was a blissful sleep till I was awakened. I was shaken awake by another friend who has told me Gary had show up late, and they caught him shaving my head while I was passed out. I saw that I looked in the mirror and wanted to scream, like I was in a horror movie. Gary even shaved off one of my eyebrows. You can't make this up, folks. It doesn't make any, like, that's insane. That is insane. He showed up after everyone was asleep, after the party happened. Like, dude straddles the man on his bed and starts fucking shaving him. Oh my god. Gary was still there and acting proud of him, saying, now you're gonna have to shave off the rest, just like me. Lol. This, oh my god. This guy. And I don't know if it's just how it's being portrayed in this post. He sounds fucking insane. Like, really. And I guarantee some of it is probably the trauma and the shit about dealing with someone, like a relative with cancer. But still, I was furious and I called the cops. When they got there, Gary fully admitted to what he had done to me and even said he was justified. The police didn't seem to think so, as this is as a form of assault. I was right. um, they asked me if I wanted to press charges, and the first word out of my mouth was "hell yes." Gary cussed me out while they took him away in cuffs. I tried getting my hair restyled into something presentable, but there was no saving it, and now I'm bald too. Now a bunch of Gary's family are telling me to drop the charges because Gary was off his meds, yeah, I can tell, and didn't mean to do it. I was like, what the fuck? Because I never knew he was on meds, but I still refused to drop the charges. Yeah, I agree. That's pretty much 100% assault. So yeah, there's no right now. I don't see any reason why this guy isn't like why this guy would be an asshole. Um, I'll take months to grow my hair back. That's the way it was. Fuck, sorry, but all of the calls and the messages from Gary's relatives are starting to get to me. Just about everyone else in our friend group has cut Gary out though, and says I'm doing the right thing by dropping the charges, or not dropping the charges. So I'm divided. It's not your fucking family. That's my biggest thing. Fuck them, dude. Well, like, oh, that sounds so bad because they're dealing with cancer and that's awful, and he definitely has some problems. But like, um, that's just fucking assault, like legitimately. Um, like, all right, let's see what this edit is. I want to make sure. I want to make something clear here. So many people have said things like, "Dude, it's just hair," but they all be saying that if I wasn't a man? What if I was some girl that had it took years to grow back? Okay, well, also if it was a girl, it would be a lot. Like I don't think this is a relevant point, so I'm just not even gonna finish reading it. I don't plan on pushing for Gary to go to prison, but I don't plan to drop the charges either. His family already bailed him out, and while I didn't know he was on meds, I knew he had quite the temper and even an entitled attitude at times. One example being a lunch where he told us all to get combine the check and split it evenly. He got the most expensive thing on the menu, and I got a cheeseburger. When we all said no, Gary went off on us for not being good friends. He also has been an ass when he doesn't get his way. Sounds like someone I know. And I've only known him for like 3 years. This incident was the last straw for me, but was a lot of other mutual friends. As for the charges, I don't want to send Gary to prison, but I would like to get him some therapy and some community service with the way Gary acted around me in the past. What he did to me, I actually wonder how long before he got more violent. Yeah, jumping into someone's fucking room while he sleeps and shaving his head is pretty violent. Yeah, I don't think there's anything really interesting here in the comments. Let's yeah, okay, so am I an asshole for not telling my fiance where I go on Sundays? Alright. Okay. I'm just taking it all in, trying to establish. Alright. So, super weird situation and need. And I need judgment. Okay, I need a judgment. Even then, that sounded so fucking weird. I needed a judgment. 32. Have been engaged to Amanda, 34, about a year. We've dated for 3. He has a 12-year-old daughter named Alexis. Me and Alexis have a good relationship. Me and Amanda and her ex all have a good relation. And her ex all have a good relation. Oh, for the most part. Oh, the parent of the other. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm totally comfortable with my role. So Amanda, her ex, and Alexis have this weird thing they do. They all get together on Sunday and hang out, the 3 of them. I guess it started as a family tradition, and then once they divorced, they kept it going. They make breakfast, watch movies, and just hang around all day together. I find it really weird, to be honest. Yeah, that is kind of weird. And it's tough with divorce because, like, especially without, if this dude's not there, the current relationship guy, like, having a family dynamic is important for kids. But I still think that's a little strange, especially after they've been dating. So yeah, I kind of agree. Like, I'm not insecure about it, but why would you want to spend time? Oh, sorry, I had to look at the audio thing and I lost my fucking spot. Let me know. I don't know if anyone's actually watching, but you are. Let me know if the music's too loud. Because I can turn it down even more. We'll do that for right now. It's just kind of background stuff. I got it going pretty high because I like the beats keep me going. But, alright. Like, I'm not insecure about it, but why would you want to spend one day a week, or spend a day a week with your ex is beyond me. I said how weird I found this when we started dating, but Amanda said that Alexis looked forward to it weekly, so she never stopped doing it. Yeah, she's a 12-year-old. That makes fucking sense. Exactly what I was saying. So at first, I would just hang out in our room or the basement all Sunday, but I got tired of being trapped in my house, so I started leaving the whole day. Amanda would never ask where I was going or anything. Wouldn't even notice I was gone. So at first, Okay. Where's that part? That, yeah, right. Wouldn't even know it. It's like, that's just, that give me the wrong way a little bit. A little bit. Not like a ton, but enough where I'm a little like, what's going on here? You know what I mean? So at first I was golfing or getting errands done, or would find a bar. But then I reconnected with my old friend Bella. Bella and me dated 5 years ago. Oh my god. Yeah, dude, there was this comment. Oh my god. Yeah, right here. You had us in the first half, but oh my goodness. This turned crazy real quick. Bill and me dated 5 years ago and we've remained good friends since. She just broke up with her husband and moved into a new apartment. I told her one Sunday that I was planning on going to the movies and she instead invited me over. We smoked some weed, watched some movies, cooked, and just hung out. It was nice, and ever since it's become my weekly tradition. Whenever Sunday comes around, I'd head over to Bella's and we just hang out all day. Red fucking flag. Huge red fucking flag. I didn't see the need to bring up to Amanda where I was going. She never asked me or even wondered where I was going every Sunday. Yesterday, Bella stopped by our house to drop off my phone charger because I left it at her place. Amanda asked why Bella had my phone charger, and I told her that it's where I was on Sunday. She asked why I was there, and I told her that was my Sunday hangout spot. She flipped, rightfully so, saying how rude it was to not let her know I was hanging out with an ex. I laughed and said, "Do you really not see the irony in that statement?" Holy shit. Bro. Oh, this is a fucking shitty situation, guys. Like, damn. No, this is shitty because oh. Whoa. See, I think the difference is the two biggest things. She wasn't, yeah, there it's a huge difference. Oh, I just read the last little bit. I'm excited for that. No, so what I'm trying to say is like the idea, like, with the daughter and the Amanda's ex, it's the boundaries are like established. And like I don't think they want to hang out with each other, but the kid draws them together, right? Plus we don't know the Amanda's ex situation. Like he could have or I guess they could have like a relationship. They could be having their own thing and then just spending time with their daughter. The difference I see is that with the dude that's writing this, he's going over there, A, unprompted, and B, or like the daughter. So yeah, this is definitely that. She says it was different because she was forthcoming about her ex relationship, and that if I had an issue with it, then I should have said so. I said I did already bring it up, and she said it was important for her daughter. Yeah, was I supposed to interfere with the highlight of her daughter's week in order to make myself feel better? No, I'll just sneak out the back door and into my friend's house. And that I didn't see why this wasn't even an issue at all. Red fucking flag, dog. Red flag. We trust each other and are adults. Amanda doesn't want me over there anymore, and she said she wants me to find another way to spend my Sundays. I said then I didn't want your ex over here on Sundays anymore if that's how we're playing this. Oh my god, dude. Yeah, like, totally. This half is like, you kind of feel bad for him, and then as soon as this part, and as soon as the Bella is brought up, it's just bad news bears all over this place. So let's look at the update. Some shit has already hit the fan with the whole situation. I've put my foot down and said I'm not being forced out of the house anymore, and that they can do Sunday fun day at their ex's place moving forward. I'll post a complete update when I can. I didn't want to clarify that the reason I didn't hang out with them is that I was asked not to at first. I was not... Wait. I did want to clarify that the reason I don't hang out with them is that I was asked to, not asked to. That's so weird. That's so weird. Because wouldn't Amanda want to have like a positive thing for? Oh, it's so fucked. It's so fucked. I'm gonna give asshole just for this. My judgment is asshole for this. For the whole family. Then I always felt awkward about the whole thing, so at first I stayed away because I was asked, and then I felt like a fourth wheel, so I decided to quit trying. Oh, wait, so then I did want to clarify that I don't hang out with them is that I was asked not to at first. I quit deciding, Bella has really helped me because she wouldn't do this. Okay. Yeah, he totally does have some insecurity issues. Yeah, that one's rough. That one's rough. Alright. Alright. So yeah, I'm gonna give... Oh, here, let me do it this way so I can go back and refer to it. If I would like. So yeah, this one I'm giving asshole. I think he's a dick. I think both of them are dealing with a lot of things. Like, having a kid in a new putting a kid in that situation is always difficult. And working around it. But the boundaries weren't established with the ex, so it didn't make a lot of sense. Like, plus it was just him and her in her apartment after she was recently, like, separated. Yeah, I understand why a wife would be upset about that, I think, as a dude. Alright. Am I the asshole for not wanting to co-own a house with my husband? Okay, I don't know why you have to say it's a throwaway account. That's cool. Alright. Here's the background. Okay. She's 30, female. Husband, 35, come from a wealthy family, and he works for a family business. When we met 7.5 years ago, I was a fresh college grad working a minimum wage job, neck deep in student loans. We got married very fast, 8 months after meeting, and I had met his parents all of 3 times. His parents insisted I sign a prenup and I inherit or understand them completely. If my child was in the same situation, I would have made the same decision. The prenup pretty much says that in the event of a divorce, I get nothing. Unless he cheats, then I get alimony. Oh, that's just... I don't like that. Also, finances, debt, property, and saving are complete separate unless both our names are on the asset. I asked to amend it so that he gets nothing too, and they all agreed that was fair. Okay. The house we lived in is owned by his parents, and the car he drives is a company car. We have a joint account for monthly expensive groceries, utilities, landscaping, etc., and that we put in equal amounts. Okay. Over these last 7 years, I have been able to get a good job, pay off my loans. Not having to pay for housing is a huge bonus, and saving about 35% on a down payment of a house and a substantial emergency fund. Okay. On the other hand, I know that my husband has credit card debt since he's of the mindset of buy it now and pay it off later. He has no assets to his name except a 401k, no savings at all. Sounds like a lame ass. Sounds like you got your life together and he's fucking not. On the other hand, I know that my husband. Okay, yeah, I already read that. Even though my in-laws are great and they consider their house, um, this house as ours and not theirs, I want something to my name, and I don't have a house that is my own to change how I want and to be proud of. Over the years, my husband to even contemplate the idea of buying a house. I don't understand this sentence, but I'm bad at reading, so that could be that too. I started looking and finally found the house of my dreams. And suddenly, okay, sorry, I just got a text. I started looking and found the house of my dreams, and suddenly my husband did a 180 and wants to co-own the house with me. His idea is that I put down the down payment. One second. I'm trying to move my phone so if it buzzes, you guys can't hear it. I started looking at, okay, his idea is that I put the down payment be another 15% and he pays the other 50. That way we are equal owners. I don't want to do that. I know my husband, and he will not be able to pay his part of the mortgage. Sometimes his shares of the monthly expenses is transferred by his parents, as well as them paying off some of his debts. Now he won't even talk with me. He says if I don't agree to co-owning with him, then he won't move in with me at all, and that it shows that I don't trust him. I don't think you're an ass, because they kind of... Yeah, I would talk to an attorney, because, yeah, because this is like... First, the prenup kind of sounds like you're getting fucked. Like... That's just rough. Like, that's just a bad... This is just a bad situation. Like, I don't think she's an asshole, especially knowing her, but... And, like, it sounds like you've talked to him enough about it, and he kind of sounds like a fucking bum, so... I rule not guilty. Okay, not an asshole. For my neighbor's crazy note where he posts them, but adding his name and phone number to every... So, okay, this one's just funny. This is hilarious. Oh my goodness. Just doxing him on his fucking crazy Slenderman notes. I have a car in a street with the public parking. Someone kept writing me and other residents note about me taking their spaces, even though my city resident street parking permits means you can park in any spot in about a 2-mile area around your home. I saw who was writing them and realized it was another guy in my apartment complex. I also was able to find out his phone number, and because my roommate used to be friends with his ex-girlfriend, so she has his number. Anyways, instead of removing the petty notes, I added John Smith and the phone number to the end of each note, and then put them back on the car's windshield, but inside the glass. Wait, back of the... inside the glass. 7 of them, plus an 8th note saying, I've got the memo 7 times, unfortunately. You will have to apply for a special parking permit, such as a moving permit, construction permit, or disability permit if you need a reserved specific street space. Otherwise, your resident parking permit will permit you to park in any spot within 2 miles of your home address. That's so fucking funny. I was kind of just meant to be a pretty petty joke because he was acting kind of crazy, leaving 7 different notes on cars on my car and other cars about how people couldn't park in public street. So I thought it would be funny to make him realize how crazy it was being, and also make him realize he wasn't as anonymous as he thought he was about it. I also put a dash cam in my car in case he fucked with it. Anyways, what happened next got him pretty mad. I guess a lot of people on my street were wondering who kept leaving the notes on their cars. Once I signed his name and contact info to these notes, he got some calls and complaints from the neighbors and property managers, and he left another angry note on my car saying that I had blackmailed him, which I didn't think he knew what the word means. Anyways, he asked the property manager whose car mine was. Yeah, and the guy wouldn't say. Bro, you are like a fucking vigilante. Oh, that's Sony. That's so funny. It's so good. That's a good one, man. How old? I have a 20-minute. Okay, yeah, we'll look at this one. I just gave it a quick little read. Sounds pretty good to me. Alright. Alright, give me 2 seconds, everybody. Alright. I'm so sorry. Alright. Good in the hood. Yeah, we're all good. Alright. Cool. I might ask for making my daughter choose who she wants to walk her down the aisle, me or her stepdad. I have a 22-year-old daughter, Chloe. Her mom and her mom and were never married. Were never married because of circumstances I couldn't be in her life for long. Then her mother got married when she was 5 to her stepdad, who was a somewhat decent guy, nosy but decent. I came back to the country when Chloe was 16, and she was open to the idea of rebuilding our relationship. Though her mom always throws in my face that Chloe's stepdad is the real/legal parent, and has always been to Chloe when she knows about the bond I have with Chloe for things I've gone through in the past. I ignore the judgmental remarks. Yeah, it just sounds like, yeah, I don't know. Chloe's getting married come February. I was taken back when she told me, she was considering having me and my stepbrother walking down the aisle. I went to have a conversation with her about how I was with that idea. She talked about how her stepdad played a huge role in her life, and how she wanted to honor that by including him. I told her, of course, and I absolutely wouldn't invalidate her feelings or deny how much of a good influence her stepdad is, but I just don't feel comfortable with it, and told her to be okay if I was just a guest there, but she said she wanted me to be part of this so badly. Okay, yeah, you're kind of an ass. Yeah, just both walk down it's just a fucking hallway. Like, that's what it is. Just both walk down the fucking hallway. Drooling all over my fucking self. Alright. She wants to be part of this so badly. Because there's no way I'm doing this with him. She thought that it was petty, but it wasn't. She got upset and saying it wasn't okay for me to put her in this position and make her choose and force her hand. But really, ultimately, the choice is hers, so how am I forcing her hand? She complained about how I was ruining her wedding and making it about my resentment towards her stepdad. The argument escalated to the point where I said I wouldn't come to the wedding if she continues to force the issue. Her mom contacted me, calling me selfish, jealous, spiteful, and whatnot, claiming I was willing to hurt Chloe's feelings out of spite just because she dared show appreciation for the man who stepped up and was more of a parent to her than I'll ever be. I told her, stay out of it. You're the reason we're having problems. Stay out of this between me and Chloe. Chloe isn't answering my phone. I actually to her fiance, and he said Chloe is upset by the fact I put my feelings above hers and desperate for by asking her to choose between us. He advised me to do this one thing for her since it's important, and I'm feeling easy to think about it, so I don't know if I'll be ever okay with it. Who gives a shit? You're like, yeah, walking the aisle takes about 90 seconds. Yeah, you should be honored. You should be honored that she wants to include you at all. Um, yeah, no, you're an ass. I'm sorry. You totally are an ass. Oh, this one might be funny. This one might be funny. Am I an asshole for ruining my sister-in-law's gender announcement? Alright, it's not that long. Alright, so I, a 31 male, have 3 beautiful daughters, 7, 5, and 2, which for some reason people in my life think I'm not completely happy with. If I had a pound for every time I heard, I bet you wish you had a son, or are you gonna try again for a boy, I'd be a millionaire. Look, if my 30 wife got pregnant again and we had a boy, my reaction would be the same as the other 3. Um, as long as your child is healthy, who cares? Honestly, I agree. The worst and most annoying people towards my wife, uh, giving me a son are my sister-in-law, 29, who has 4 now pregnant, with the 5th boy, and my 57th mother-in-law. By the way, I should mention neither of our cultures, Irish Western, care about genders. Okay, that's good to know. Um, Last Sunday we were at my mother-in-law's for Sunday lunch, and my soul said sister-in-law. Okay, yeah. Said after dessert to come out to the back gardens, so they had a balloon to announce the gender of their new baby. But long story short, she's having another boy. After Withering congratulate her, she made her way to us and said, I bet you wish just once it would be blue for you guys. Then turned to my wife and said, never too late to try. What the fuck? Why would you do that to someone? Ugh. Ugh. That's awful. Why does it matter? Oh, I royally pissed me off because my oldest was in earshot. Yeah, fuck that. She's awful. I turned to her and said, well, actually, Alice, I wouldn't give one of my daughter's dirty socks for what boys in Europe. Wait, for what were in Europe. And the fact you base your love on your child's gender says a lot about you as a mother. I don't need a son, so I suggest you take your advice and stick it. That's funny. She shuddered for a second, then burst into tears, saying I was putting her and her kids down. The mood was ruined after that, and we laughed. Since then, my in-laws said she deserves and apologized, as it's been a long-running joke, so she shouldn't have driven my sister-in-law to tears. Since then, my in-laws said she deserves an apology, as it's been a long okay. Yeah, the whole, like, wanting a boy, just who gives a shit? It's a 50-50 chance, and you can't really do anything to except make more, and then you're just gonna invalidate the kids you do have because they're not what you want. You know what I mean? It's just I just think that's just a recipe for disaster for the girls, and like even the to that extent, like if you're having a kid and you're like, oh, I hope I hope it's a girl, whatever, that's fine. But like being like, I bet you wish you had a boy, I think that's really unhealthy for everyone involved. Um, for refusing help. Uh, uh, Oh, this one looks interesting, but I don't know if I want to read it. Earn money I saved. Alright, we'll do this one, and then we'll do... Oh. I think we're gonna have to do this one. Anyway, it's... Oh. Alright. Okay. Am I an asshole for getting about 100 neighbors in trouble with the cops? Okay, interesting. We got some edits too. It snowed where I lived about 12 days ago. We got about 8 inches. Typically, it's warm enough where it will all melt away within 72 hours. Not this time. I take walks with my toddler almost every day. We haven't gone for a walk for about a week because of the snow / it's cold. We finally did it on day 9-10. It was frustrating. About half the residents in the immediate residential downtown area did not shovel their sidewalks as required by city code. So for about half the walk, we'd either struggle over snow or walk in the street, which is not ideal, especially with a fucking toddler. I got pissed finally on this walk. I slipped off the sidewalk and fell into someone's property, like 4 inches into someone's property. It was sloped and I couldn't get back up because it was so slippery from the snow on the slope. I had to crawl the few inches to get back to my toddler, who, thank God, knows he has to always hold onto the stroller. We got past the struggle. I thought, thank God, we are 50 feet away from the business section where sidewalks are definitely shoveled. Unfortunately for me, there was no more houses before that. There was one more house before that business section that also didn't shovel the driveway. I literally had to put my toddler in the stroller and carry the whole stroller through about 15 to 20 feet of snow-covered sidewalk. I understand now. I was annoyed. I decided to obviously not go for another walk, which is frustrating because my toddler begs me for walks until snow was not an issue. I ended up submitting concern to City Council, town of 7,000 only, about my experiences. With 24 hours, I found out City had sent local police to every house that hadn't shoveled their sidewalk and told them they had to shovel within 24 hours or they would be charged a Class 1 misdemeanor fine. Half the town thinks me and the other who complained are assholes. I'm a lawyer, so I emphasize my commitment in a way that I knew would scare the town about liability. So I feel my comment is the one that broke the camel's back. No consent given to repost or share anywhere. Okay. Oh. We're just gonna end looking at that one. Alright. Alright, let's get into this fucking messy one here. Alright. My daughter is estranged from me and lives at her university. 2 years ago, she was hit by a car while on her bike. She didn't receive many long-term injuries apart from whiplash and post-concussion syndrome, which she didn't want to prosecute the man who did it, but I felt her press charges. I made her press charges, and he was given 6 points on his license and a $1,000 fine. Even though she didn't want to, I sought out the insurance and hired a firm to do this. She didn't have any input in this. She has since become estranged from me, and the process is still ongoing. I wanted to put the money in a trust for her, but she wanted to have it sent directly to her, so to her, so told her lawyer to cut me out of the process as soon as she turned 18 and signed the contract. I disagree with this, as I don't think she was responsible enough to be given a lump sum. I called her firm several times asking about the settlement, and they refused to give me any details. They told me that they have been instructed not to give any information. I will admit, oh, I misunderstood this. Yeah, I misunderstood this. I thought it was going to be gross. I will admit that I got quite frustrated, so became a bit angry. I think they have since blocked my number. My daughter has had very little input into the process, and I think I have a right to know what is going on as I started it. I was the one trying to get the thing started, and she was in the hospital the days she was hit. It's unfair to cut me out, and I should at least know the details. So, yeah, you kind of are the asshole. Alright. We're almost at an hour of this. I think I'm good doing this for a little bit. So I think we're gonna play a game. What do we want to play? Let's see what's trending on Twitch. Let's just follow a trend, eh? Browse. I'm not playing League. I want to play Fortnite. I don't know what I want to play. I only have an hour to stream still. I'm trying to leech and figure out what. I guess we could quest in Final Fantasy. Alright, I'm down for that. Give me a second. Let me. Here, and then I want to turn that off. And I'll turn on my camera. Been playing a lot of the new Mario, or the the new Pokemon game. It's been very good. I would stream that, but I don't have a capture card. Don't look at my code. You can't really get anything with it, but. Alright. Alright. Ooh, we'll just play Final Fantasy. I think that's all we got going for us, guys. Alright. Play this for an hour. And then we'll go to Then I have to end stream. I have to do something else, but I had 2 hours of time, so thought I'd at least give it a go. I do want different music too. I feel like this is just all kind of the same at this point. You're talking about Pokemon music, right? So we'll do this. I was talking about Pokemon earlier, so what are you gonna do? Am I right? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I was playing by myself. Alright. Let me know. Volume all good and everything. Yeah, I think we're good. Alright. I guess I'm gonna fade. Alright. Combat to the max. I'm digging Final Fantasy right now. It's been a lot of fun. Been doing a lot of switching recently because I don't know, there's a lot of stuff I've been wanting to play. Nothing like that like I played a lot of Pokemon yesterday because that's really like it's new and it's just kind of like Breath of the Wild but Pokemon. So it's always and a new Pokemon game, even if it's kind of shitty. Well, I didn't play the new Pearl one because I heard they were really shitty, but like regardless of shitty level, I always kind of enjoy playing them. So like I know this is kind of a hot take, but I enjoyed Sword and Shield. Like I don't think it's a bad game at all. It has its issues and it is a little dated, but like I think I played Shield and I had a lot of fun playing it. I think another thing that's really cool about this game is that it changes a lot of the Pokemon formula. And like how like there's only one version, which I think is so weird. Like I thought about that today. Cuz I was playing a little bit before I went on stream. And it's crazy to me how like we've had Pokemon games that are like two different things pretty much for the entirety of if I've been playing Pokemon. And like I've been around for I'm not like the hardest core fan. Like I didn't play Sun or Moon and I didn't play Black and White 2. But before that point I knew I did everything. So like I'm a fan. But I'm definitely not like I've never EV trained. I remember when I played Soul Silver, I did some shiny hunting, but it was never a huge extent. It was always pretty limited. So I don't know. I'm not whole huge on the like grinding mindset of Pokemon. Like I understand why it's a thing and I understand why people like it. It's never been my thing, I guess. And I don't know, I think that's an important distinguish to make when you're talking about Pokemon, because I feel like a lot of people will are the like hardest core of the hardest core. Especially with Pokemon like EV training and all that shit. Crazy shit, man. Crazy shit. didn't mean to do that. Sweet, you can't see that. Yeah. Sorry, I keep looking at things on my other monitor. Overall, it's been good. I might do like a review or something on it, but I don't know how to feel about it in a lot of ways because I do think I had this conversation with my buddy yesterday. I think the Switch, in terms of like visual fidelity, is starting to show its age, and this game really shows it. And like, I don't know, this is the first game where I've on the Switch where I've had like graphical issues or things that just don't look very good. And like, another thing I think is a big problem. So in the trailers and stuff, and maybe I'm just stupid, and didn't think about it, but it all looks like in the how the game is portrayed, it looks like you can ride any Pokemon in the game, and that is fucking false, and that makes me so upset. That was gonna be the coolest fucking thing. I was so excited for that. There's mounts in it, and they're cool, but they're like specific mounts. They're not just like cool little, like, I wanted to like raise my own horse and then be like this fucking like masterful steed wielder. I don't know. But yeah, not having that, it just kind of, I don't know. For me, it kind of like cheapened the experience because that was what I was really looking forward to. And I think the game, like, I like a lot of the mechanics, especially with like the whole like alpha Pokemon, and then they're just bigger, and the fact that I can just throw my Pokemon out and he'll just chill. But the problems I start seeing is when like at the end of the day, I think a lot of people just want to play the game like the anime. Like, they want where, and I think my buddy who I was talking to about it is in the same boat, where they just want to play the game. They want to live the anime in a game. And I think this is the closest we've gotten to it, but they didn't go all the way. I think that's the biggest problem. Like, they did not they didn't like not even like change it up. They didn't go far enough. They played it like oddly safe, I think, in a lot of weird ways. And they did not, like, imagine being able to ride every Pokemon that you had. And the whole game's about catching Pokemon. It really made me think they were going to do that. But, like, yeah, it works fine. Because you can't, I get it, whatever. And, like, it's a new concept, so I understand they'd want to, like, kind of, yeah, adjust to it maybe, or something along those lines. Like, I think this game's good. I think on newer hardware, and like better hardware, I think the game's held back by its hardware. I will say that. I do think it is. And I think the Switch is it's probably my favorite console of the current generation. I just don't think the Xbox Series X, like, as a PC gamer, I don't really get anything from it. And with the Switch, the core gimmick is something that, I need a level for this. Alright, I'm gonna go level. I'm just gonna go finish these other side quests. Yeah. I think, like, inherently, I don't know what I was talking about. No, okay. I think I know what I'm talking about. I think with the Switch right now, anything more complicated than a platformer struggles to work and look good on the platform, in my humble opinion. And like it will be for me, Breath of the Wild 2 will be the make or break one. Because if it's visually enhanced and it runs just as good as the original Breath of the Wild, which Breath of the Wild does have some performance issues, at least in my opinion it does. Like it performs well but not perfect. Especially it performs better now, but I remember when I first got it on my Switch, it would just there'd be like lag spikes and whatnot. Yeah. But I think Breath of the Wild 2 will really be the show if the console's gonna die or not. Like, die anytime soon, kind of thing. Not even die anytime soon, just be like it's going to be replaced pretty soon, I think. In the next 2 years, I would be surprised if we're still playing on this current version of the Switch. I don't think they'll ever go back from the Switch. Like, I think every console that Nintendo makes will be like the Switch now. And also the interesting thing about the Switch is like, where do they go from there? Because now that everything's integrated, their handheld and their home console, they can't really go back from that. You know what I mean? Like, they kind of have to stay true to that now, which is cool for us because the Switch is probably my favorite gimmick from a Nintendo console since the Wii. So I just don't like the Wii U. But I don't know, and it works well. It's good hardware, and even the third-party support has been a lot better, which was a huge thing people were criticizing about the Wii U. It's still not perfect, and I don't think I think Nintendo knows how to utilize it, but I don't think they know, like, we're getting to a point where the optimization can't go any farther, in my opinion. Or not even that. Not even that. It's to achieve the things they want to achieve with the look, the optimization needs to be so good that it's almost impossible to do, in my opinion. Or getting close to being impossible to do. Because, it is kind of fucking wild. The shit and fucking... Oh, it was easy. Well, like, and I do think Nintendo games look... Like, they look good. They're always stylized right to make the look of the thing, like, look of the game good. But, like, I don't think they'll ever go to realistic, but I'm running this game at high, and, yeah, I'm running this game at high, and I have a 3070, so, like, I have a good computer. I don't think this game would run very well on the Switch at all. And I don't think this game is very graphically... Like, it's a good-looking game, but I really don't think it's, like... This isn't the... It's a good-looking game. It's a very good-looking game. I do not think it's... Like... At least with my computer... Out of all the games I play, this is one of the easier ones to run. That's what I'm trying to say. And I don't think the Switch could handle anything near this. So, I guess those are my 2 cents. And part of me wishes that, All right. I don't know. I think if Nintendo came out with a powerhouse of a console, they'd be doing a lot more. Cause like, it's $300 for $100 more. You can get a Steam Deck in like a year and a half, which is gonna be cool. Um, and for $100 more, you could get a next gen console, which is the Series X. So when you look at it like that, like a normal person, a normal person who, like, see, that's the thing. Nintendo's market is basically just people that want to play Nintendo games. No one buys a Nintendo console to play anything else, which is like, I think it just hurts them more than anyone. Like, I don't know. The conversation that led to this is me and my buddy were talking about how I think in the next 10 years, I think we'll see Nintendo games on PC. I think that's where the market's going, and I think once Nintendo realizes that if they put them out on this platform, it won't hurt their bottom line, and they'll have more control against piracy and like, not, well, piracy and like emulation, because they hate that shit. Like, the way to stop piracy is to make it making obtaining it legally easier than obtaining it illegally. That's the only true way to do it. And like, if they put Smash or something, if they just put all the GameCube library on like for like $100 or not, like $60, you get like all the classic GameCube games on your computer, including Melee with multiplayer. No one would emulate anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think they would. Yeah. I just, people use their noggin. Start thinking with the mind's eye. I also think PlayStation. I think Xbox, and I'm down to make these wild and crazy predictions, but I think Xbox will be the majority console owner. Maybe not this generation, but maybe halfway through this generation. If Sony doesn't, Sony needs something big to get people to play on Sony right now, game wise. Like, they have Spider-Man and God of War and Horizon, but all those games are coming out really early in the generation. And, well, like, Spider-Man's coming out next year, I think. And Spider-Man and Wolverine. Wolverine comes out in probably 2025. That would be my guess. And Wolverine's a big deal, but, like, Elder Scrolls 6 might be a, like, Wolverine is, see, it's hard because like Wolverine is general appeal, but I also think like Elder Scrolls 6, which might be an exclusive to Xbox, also has that general appeal. So I don't know. It's a very interesting time, especially with like, it's kind of turning into the movie studio, the Hollywood system in a lot of ways, where it's like 6 people are in charge of it. So I don't know. I'm excited for the future. Like cautiously optimistic, I guess. Oh, 2 of them coming out of fucking nowhere. Three of them gonna show up, or just one more? The spooky 2 got me pretty good. Got him. One more? Sweet, we're done. I hate the. I understand why, but it does bother me that I can't run around and do stuff. That's one of my favorite things in the new Pokemon game. You can just run around like a silly little guy while your Pokemon fight. I think with the Xbox acquisition, I think the value of Game Pass and just like having a PC, I'm not worried about literally any game not having a PC port nowadays. And I know that's not like a, I don't know. Like there are a few, like Spider-Man is the only real game. And I guess the second God of War, because I do like the first one. That I'm like, yeah, I'm probably gonna have to buy a console for that. Like, other than the ones I already have, like the Switch. All right, are these any of them better than what I have right now? Oh yeah, I knew about that. All right, character. Oh, they're literally the same thing. They look different, or did I just get a duplicate? Ugh. All right, 1 second. All right. All right, I think I'm gonna end it early. I'm running out of content, so next time I'll think of something better to do. That I thought the Reddit thing was gonna be longer, but I'm kind of tired and I have more homework to do, so I'm just gonna end it at an hour and 15 minutes. Thanks everybody for watching, and peace and love.